what's next on the list? All these assignments. I've got exams and tests and dealing with relationships and everything. Man, I'm just so stressed. I just don't have a moment to myself. It's insane. Don't they realize that students are busy enough? I don't know what to do.
You need to watch our show today. We'll teach you how to budget. I'm going to talk to a counselor, and I'll show you how yoga works.
What the health?
Exactly.
Academics are hard. It's hard to be in university or in college, and so stress is a big issue on campuses.
If you're a student, some people have to work, so it cuts down on healthy lifestyles. You can't manage what you eat.
Especially around midterms and stuff and finals, I don't maybe get as much sleep as I should. I don't eat as right or work out as much, and so that's what it does.
Coming up on What the Health, we talk to a counsellor about stress. We do some shopping on a budget. I try out some alcohol goggles. And Dex does some yoga. What the Health is sponsored by Wellness Services, keeping you in tip-top form. Thank you, Wellness Services. That looks tasty, Tom. This is a job for Wellness Services. Wellness Services offers a health clinic open every weekday morning. Thank you, Wellness Services.
So, how can stress affect a student physically and mentally?
I always tell students that we are beautifully designed to face threat. And part of that is that our whole systems are designed to produce, when we face a threat, to produce all kinds of chemicals. We get this chemical dump in our system and our heart rate goes up and our attention sharpens and all kinds of things happen, which is great if you are going to do what your body's designed to do at that point, which is to run or to fight, but not so helpful when you're stuck at a computer.
So welcome to Nate's Night Out. I'm not much of a night guy, don't drink at all to be honest, but here I am doing this test and Miranda's here to help me. Miranda, tell me, what is it I'm doing here?
So the plan is we have 3 different levels of drunken goggles here, and we have a little obstacle course for you to do and with each level. So why don't we do one without the goggles first?
Brilliant.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
So why don't you stand up?
Okay.
Balance on one leg. And try touching your nose with both hands. Beautiful.
Good so far.
And why don't you walk along the line straight and pick up the key at the end and then walk around the blocks and then take a sip of water. How did that feel?
It was pretty challenging,
yeah.
But snazzy. Okay.
Balance on one leg and touch each nose with each hand.
Little wobbly.
Perfect.
That's already, and this is just before the legal limit. Okay. Yeah.
And then pick the key up at the end. Go around the block.
Ooh. I thought this one would be the easiest one.
And then the glass of water.
I can't imagine what the others are going to be like. Okay. So this is just over the legal limit, so I shouldn't be driving.
No, definitely
I wouldn't
not.
want to drive like this.
Touch your nose with each finger.
Oh wow, this is only affecting my vision. Oh wow. Someone hold the room still. I guess some people do manage to get themselves this drunk.
If not worse.
Yeah. Touching nose.
Perfect. Now try walking in a straight line.
Wow, and people put themselves through that willingly?
They sure do.
Here are some Nate's Night Out top tips. Have an assigned driver. Know how much is too much. And try switching it up so you have a balance between the non-alcoholic and the alcoholic drinks. Dex, what are you doing?
I ran out of food and money.
Oh, life of a student.
I need to learn how to budget.
Well, this next section's perfect. It's all about shopping on a budget, and it's just for students like you. We have Shermin Murji with us here today. Are you excited for this challenge?
I'm very excited.
Okay, I'm pulling out my wallet.
I like how this is starting.
Yeah, this is going well so far. I am pulling out some money.
It's getting even better.
The way this is going to work is we're going to send you shopping, and you're going to do 2 shops, one for healthy food and one for unhealthy food. But the catch is that you have a student's budget. Okay. So we're looking for a few days to a week's worth of shopping, and you get $20 for each. So that's 20 for the healthy and 20 for the unhealthy.
That's great.
Are you up for it?
I'm very excited about this.
Wow, only 20 bucks to shop. What do you think she's gonna buy? Coming up, we will find out what she's gonna buy. I'm gonna do some yoga, and you better believe we got more stress tips. What are you doing tonight?
This is Tom. Tom is a sprightly chap. He enjoys walks in the park. Isn't that right, Tom? Oh, that looks like a penny. What good luck. What happened, Tom? Did you hurt your back? This is a job for Wellness Services. Wellness Services has many optimal therapies with discounts for Mount Royal University students. Isn't that better now, Tom? Thank you, Wellness Services.
Welcome back to What the Health. Quick fact, if you want to change up the way you're getting your vitamin C, rather than having an orange, why not try a mango? They have just as much vitamin C, and they're twice as tasty. Now, let's have some more interesting food facts with shopping on a budget. $20 for each category, healthy and unhealthy. Tell us a bit about what you've got here.
What we try to do is kind of simulate what a normal student would have in a couple days. Okay. So we try to incorporate all the 4 food groups. So do you care to guess if this is the healthy or unhealthy side?
Well, that's obviously the healthy side. We've got vegetables and so forth.
This all is very healthy when you look at consuming your nutrients every day, and these are just a lot of sodium and a lot of junk that you don't really need in your body.
First of all, the cereals we have at the back, what's the difference there?
This looks smaller, it doesn't look as exciting and as tasty as Captain Crunch, but this is the much better option to take. When you look at, 2 things I would look at are fiber. Fibers, you want to have about 5 to 6 grams per serving. In this item, it is 6 grams. This one, it is 1. So what that means is you're going to grab a bowl of Captain Crunch, you're going to eat your serving, and within an hour, you're going to be hungry again.
I think that would last me two breakfasts.
Yeah, maybe.
You know,
2 days, because you'll get
Whereas
hungry.
the granola would probably.
And actually, if you look at the size of it, this is 350 grams and this is 600.
Right.
So even the density of it, like this is going to last.
So it
you
looks
a lot
smaller,
longer.
but at the end there's more there.
Exactly.
Over here we've got some lovely bacon.
Yes.
And on that side,
we have some lean ground beef. And this actually, when you look at the cost of this was the cheapest bacon we could find, and it was still around $4. Right. For this much beef, we got it about $2.50. So significantly cheaper. And this actually, when you look at it, we were talking about what could you do with this for dinner. You could make shepherd's pie, you could make tacos, you could make a lot with this amount of meat. When you look at bacon, even just looking at it, you can tell that a lot of it is fat.
So I'm guessing our grain on this side is this muffin?
Yes. So I'm going to ask you now, how many calories do you think is in that muffin?
I'm not a calorie-knowing person. 160.
It's actually 450.
450?
And when you're looking at your daily intake, you're looking at about, depending on the size, depending on how athletic you are, how active you are, you are looking at about 1,500 to 1,700 calories. So if you eat one of these, you're eating about a third of how much you should be eating all day.
Wow.
On the healthy side of it, we picked up some pitas, which are whole grains. So whole grains tend to be, they fill you up, they're actually healthier for you, they have a lot more nutrients and minerals in them. Comparing whole flour to white flour, try to always reach for the whole flour.
And in this case, this is just one gluttonous
massive carb, yeah.
thrill here. It's just like, the muffin. Whereas the pizzas are going to last you for several meals and fill you up more.
One will probably fill you up for lunch, so this will probably last you at least 2 or 3
it depends.
days.
If you're Dex or Nate, then it might, you might need 2 or 3.
So we have a couple canned vegetables and a couple canned fruits here. So when you're looking at canned fruit, again, you're looking at the sugar especially. Normally when you're looking at fruit, they actually put it in, the liquid they put it in has sugar in it, just so that it can be processed so it can keep for longer. For vegetables, if you're looking at getting them, it's definitely an option. Getting fresh is obviously, there's a lot more benefits to it in terms of fiber and filling you up and how that's going to be. But with a can, if you are looking at can, just make sure it's not in oil. It says what it normally sits in. Usually it's water, sometimes it is in oil. If it's in oil, you're just getting a whole bunch of junk that you don't need to.
Anything else we haven't mentioned?
Oh, we got a couple potential items that might be popular.
That's a classic for students, but I imagine most students know it can't be that good for their health.
Well, in Mr. Noodles, again, there's a lot of salt in there, so it's processed.
And sugar, apparently.
Yeah, and sugar is one of the items as well. And when you're looking at it, you're not actually getting anything else besides the noodles. If you love Mr. Noodles, one thing I would definitely encourage you to do is it actually has suggestions of how to incorporate protein and how to incorporate fruits and vegetables in there. Something I did when I was in university is you boil some eggs, put some eggs in there, boil some frozen vegetables, throw vegetables in there, and you're still getting your Mr. Noodles that you love, but you're also adding a little bit more protein and content to it as well.
Great tip. Thank you very much, Shermin, for joining us.
Thank you.
Your wisdom is greatly appreciated.
Thank you. It was fun. It was fun to go on the shopping trip and pick out things that we usually eat that we know we shouldn't be.
Next time you're out shopping, remember, fresh is best. If you want less tummy rumbling, eat more whole wheat and fibre. And treat yourself once in a while.
What is the best way to break up with your boyfriend or girlfriend? How do you do that?
Not via text.
Not via text.
Not through Facebook.
Okay.
Not through any social media, right? I mean, it's really important. If you think about, wonder about what values you want to guide you. You know, if you would like to be able to say, to look back on how you did that and to feel like you were respectful, that's probably a good guide. And most people can come up a private place, you know, being thoughtful about when, probably not the night before a person has a big exam. You know, those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Like how to do that in a respectful way. And like I say, face to face and with as much kindness as you can, I guess.
Coming up, I try yoga. Namaste.
This is Tom. Tom is a sprightly chap. He enjoys walks in the park. Isn't that right, Tom? Oh, that looks like a penny. What good luck. What happened, Tom? Did you hurt your back? This is a job for Wellness Services. Wellness Services has many optimal therapies with discounts for Mount Royal University students. Isn't that better now, Tom? Thank you, Wellness Services. That looks tasty, Tom. This is a job for Wellness Services. Wellness Services offers a health clinic open every weekday morning. Thank you, Wellness Services.
But I know that there's this urge, I need to make money. So it all depends what's possible. So 2 weeks sounds great, but maybe there can even be weekends that are very mindfully spent, or weekdays if you have to work weekends, mindfully spent to be kind to yourself, to do something that you love, to feel like, that feels like a mini vacation, right? But the break that you're suggesting, I think, is really important because you have to rejuvenate it.
Well, thank you for joining me, Mirjam, and having a quick chat. Now it's time for me to take care of my stress. I'm going to try some yoga and some meditation. Let's see if it helps. Stay tuned for Dexterity.
using all of your lungs. Inhale, belly rises, middle expands, upper lifts. Exhale. So now that we have this nice deep breath, we'll try to continue this through the practice. And the breath is a beautiful indication of if you should come out of a pose or go deeper. Left arm to head, right arm down to the mat. Same thing on the other side. Rolling the shoulder open and down. And breathing. You can close your eyes if that feels comfortable for you. And we're going to interlace the last 3 fingers and have just these up. Thumbs go under chin. Inhale, look towards the ceiling. The idea is to stretch all the front body out. We're going to interlace the fingers behind the back like this. We push the thumbs down and then away from the sacrum.
I just heard like 100 things crack.
It's
Nate,
amazing.
You might need to call an ambulance.
It's amazing when you start opening up the chest because so many of us live like this. So when you're really opening up, we're just going to go gentle when we first go into it. Exhale, either chaturanga or coming down to the floor. Inhale, cobra, or upward facing dog. And then the classic that everybody knows, downward facing dog.
That's my favorite.
Yeah. Then inhale, step towards, same thing, and coming up. Right foot back. So when we're kind of in a plank right now, bring your butt down a little bit.
Oh.
Good. Now, you can either bring the knees down and come right down to the ground, or if you're feeling strong today.
I'm not going to do girl push-up.
Good. Come right down. Inhale, just small cobra here. Good. Exhale, come back onto the knees, and then your favorite pose, downward facing dog. So curl those toes under and push back. Good. Now, if you're feeling quite a bit of tension here, you can bend the knees.
Bend the knees a bit?
Yeah. Just bring those hips back. Good. And take those breaths that we were working on at the start of the class. And then as we inhale, we slowly bring most of the weight onto our right foot and lift off the left leg. Find our balance. Come into half moon. How you doing back there?
I'm doing all right.
Oh, nice. Good. Now breathe. Now as gracefully as possible with the breath, exhale, come back down to warrior one. Very good. We're going to start bringing some weight into the hands. Keep your gaze forwards.
Okay. Yeah, don't look down.
Yeah, because if you look down, you'll go down, right?
Okay.
So start bringing them in. Try to bend the arms in a nice, oh, look at you go, nice and slow, 1 foot at a time. Wow, that was
so
pretty
close.
good.
I was so close. All right, so I just finished my first yoga class, and I have to say it wasn't what I was expecting at all. I thought it was going to be a stretching class for girls and pregnant women, but it's definitely not. You need to be very strong, very focused, very flexible. I worked up a sweat, which is great. I always love a good exercise to kind of work out those stresses, sweat it away, I guess. But the deep breathing was really cool. I could still feel it in my stomach because I don't normally breathe like that, and I'm thinking most people don't either. It's very relaxing though, like you almost want to fall into a trance, which is, it's just amazing. You have to try it. I think I'm gonna continue on with yoga. Try it a couple more times, see if it helps me. I'd recommend it. I mean, it can't hurt in trying, right? So, thank you for watching Dexterity, and namaste. All right, so how's the episode going?
Well, it looks like we're pretty close to the end here. Everything's in place. We've got our stress facts.
Informative.
Alcohol goggles.
That was hilarious.
We have shopping on a budget.
Also informative.
Which was, yeah, I learned a lot from that. And we have you showing off some flesh.
Sexy.
Sexy? I wouldn't use that adjective. What do we do now?
Oh, we need a wrap up. We need to wrap up the whole show.
We'll just have to throw something together for that.
We could just turn to the camera and say bye now.
Oh, let's do that.
Okay. Thanks for watching What the Hell, and goodbye.
Goodbye.
So warrior one, you have a staggered stance. inhale the arms up overhead.
I was actually born in this stance.
Yes, you were.
Ready to go on my mission? I did spill without the goggles.
Bravo.
Man, really?